Guys, it's going dark now, and my husband shut my blinds. So this is what we've got. I may have shown this before. I just want to say that this is very poorly and cheaply made. Now, most of the time, I love the stuff that Shein makes, and I love buying it. But honestly, I can see why it was between £1 to £2, because every so often there's something that's not fit for purpose. Now, for some reason, the headband is there, but this moon here, although it's gorgeous, it was below the headband. So how does that work? No wonder I was in so much pain. It was sticking in my head. So I've bent it back. I've got my husband to help and bend it back a bit more. Yeah, guys, it needed something over it. Not because it was painful anymore. After it was bent, it was fine where that was concerned. But the issue was that because they were actually pointy, even though they're bent on the other side, they were still catching. You can see I've put sticky stuff on there. They were still catching on my hair. So there we go. I've tried to use body tape. I came up with the idea. So I've had to make it lose its stickiness there. Tried to keep the white stuff on the backing. Didn't work either. It wouldn't bend enough. But as long as it's got the stickiness inside, my husband flattened it. Again, he helped. Yeah, so it was sharp. Like that side was sharper than this one. And not only was it slightly painful, especially on this side, it was catching on my hair again and pulling it out. Like with the points, even though I bent them back, like I said. Now, my husband came up with the idea of using some protectors on the bottom of chair legs, only small ones. He's put 6 of them on. So I've taken some in my bag. I'm going to take them with me to cosplay if we ever get there. So I've had to put them in the right place because I put them in between the hooks. But although it wasn't painful, again, badly made. Like this wasn't from Shein. This was from ASOS, I think. I'm not exactly sure though. I might be wrong. But this one was more, you can tell it's better made and more expensive than the Shein one. But it was still poorly made in the design. So it was leaving indentations to the point my head looked like it was bleeding. It was bright red. It was probably going to cut my forehead at some point in 3 places. So I've got spares, like I said. They fall off. I can stick some back on. So I'm just going few dabs over there. I'm going to put a couple more on. And I'm not bothered that doesn't show so much. This is Shein again. That, of course, yeah, instead of using them for makeup and sticking them in body parts, probably not a great idea anyway. But I also use them for this sort of embellishments that I make on things. So like I said, a couple of dabs and I'll be leaving that overnight. I think that one's dry already. But yeah, like I didn't notice this would clash. This colour, you can see it's like a peachy colour. It looked more peach when it wasn't sort of up against the yellowy orangey gold. It's like a nude colour. It looks more nude on here, but it was like a metallic peachy nude colour. Like it's the same colour as that, but it doesn't look it. You won't think so, but it really is. It just depends on which way the light's reflecting, guys. But I don't want to pull this off. But yeah, absolute craziness where this is concerned. So let's hope this works out. And let's hope that this weekend I actually get to cosplay. If not, I'm putting the whole thing on anyway. And just get my husband to drive me around the block or something, or the area, and pull up somewhere. And just for the sake of having my own little cosplay. But that's a little bit bent, and if I bend it back too much and shape it so flimsy, it's going to snap, so I can't do that, and that had to be glued back on. So I may have shown you these, but honestly guys, this is just something simple. So anyway, I'm going to go. So what do you think, guys? Oh dear, I mean, that's cute. That's really cute. Okay, bye.